Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the number one horror podcast on places where you can find people having sex on the internet, getting off. I am your host, the patron saint of podcasting, the warden, Matt Ritter, and I am here with my co-host. She is host of the She Leads Showcase, Inside the Mind of In the Crowd, Getting Off, and Story Time with Ms. Katie Kinsey. Bay.
Hey.
OG Butt Stuff has all the horoscope jokes, so he's already covered you and himself. What do you got for Aries, my guy? Because my birthday was 9 days ago. Well, he's doing that. How you doing, Katie? Doing good?
I'm good.
Does everyone know that Katie's in charge tonight? This is the Katie showcase, the Katie horror showcase. She's running the show. So
Katie's horror showcase. I mean, that.
Except for that part where we do shit Matt made Katie watch, which was Night of the Demons, which is the end of the show, where we talk about movies you've never seen that I was like, hey, you're going to watch this for the show and tell everyone what you thought in Spit or Swallow format. I also, to help you out, made Spit or Swallows. So
thank you, because I definitely did not have enough.
We'll spit do
this by myself.
Yes, Katie's getting off tonight. While I have everyone here, what?
What? I said just tonight.
Katie's just getting off tonight. Okay. Well, I have everyone here. I want to thank you if you're watching us live, whether it is at twitch.tv/Creation World, where if you have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming. If you have Prime Gaming, you can link it to your Twitch account and get a free sub every single month, including this month. And with that free subscription, you can give it to your favorite Twitch streamer. It could be me. It should be me. Let's be honest. It's got to be me. But if it's not me, it could be Katie over at the She Leads Showcase. We got friends everywhere who are on Twitch, botched spots and chair shots, or just the entire Rivet City Radio Network. A bunch of great content out there. Use that free sub. Support your favorite Twitch streamers and content creators so that they can continue to do the things that you do, especially, or the things you enjoy, especially if it doesn't cost you anything. Right, Katie?
Right.
We've also got youtube.com/Creation World, where it is free to like, to subscribe, to comment. Katie, what does that do?
Boosts the algorithm and helps find new listeners.
I like how you held your pen up like it was a microphone.
This is my microphone. It's too far away.
And why is it important, Katie, for me to boost the algorithm and help us find new listeners?
Because you're a whore.
That is correct. I am a whore, ladies and gentlemen. I am a whore for your. Tommy's in the chat along with us. Matt's a whore. Whore for your entertainment, for your views, for your comments, for your interactions. I'm here to entertain you. That's the goal here, right? That's why we do this shit. I want to entertain you, but I don't want to just entertain you. Like, you're not enough for me. I need to be spread around. There's a lot of me going around. I'm basically the McRib. We talked about it last night. Except I come way more often than it does. So, with that being said, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your loved ones, tell the people that you don't like, anyone that you say, hey, you guys might, like this horror show that, or maybe the wrestling show that they got going on, or the nerd news show. Like, if they're into something that we have to offer, let them know so that they can come check us out and decide for themselves if they want more of me in their life. Generally, the answer is yes. Looks like subs got too many carbs for your blood pressure. Sorry, man. It was easy picking. Yes. Way too many carbs for my blood pressure. That's why I'm on a low-carb diet. However, you shouldn't be on a low-carb diet. What you should be doing is you should be flicking that bean and getting notified every time we go live, whether it is Fridays at 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, for the Creation Conversation, or every Saturday, 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, for Smackin' Raw, and every other Sunday, including right fucking now, 10 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, for Getting Offed. Speaking of carbs and blood pressure, because they're high in these players, we got one more thing to talk about. We got a campaign going on. If you guys are following at It's Creation World, you're already pretty much most of the way there. But I am thrilled to announce a special giveaway to spice up your day. Get ready to dive into fun and win big. So what we got up for grabs is a D&D campaign case It is the Creatures campaign case. And to enter into the raffle, dude, I'm not banning you. Follow us on Twitter at It's Creation World and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Creation World, which we already talked about. It's right there at the bottom. You can go do that. Like and retweet the post with a screenshot of your subscription on YouTube and tell us the name of your favorite mythical creature. So if you are following us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube, like and retweet the tweet with the screenshot. Tell us your favorite mythical creature. You get entered in. If you tag 3 people, you get an extra entry in the drawing. And we're announcing the winners this upcoming Friday on the Creation Conversation. So good luck to everyone. Travis's goal here is he loves D&D. He wants to get more people into D&D. He tried with me and failed. So now he's reaching out to other people to see if he can get them into it. Or if you're already into it and this is something that you want that you don't have to add to your collection, it's an easy way to get it. Shipping is free in the United States. So go do those things. With all that said, are you good now? Did I babble long enough?
Oh yeah, I figured it out during the Twitch spiel.
It's your show, Katie.
It's my show. I get these now every now and then. So what I have done is I have gathered some horror news and rumors and things. Not a ton. 2 trailers as well, just to kind of cover our bases since Matt decided to take away my horror news and rumors at the beginning of every Getting Offed.
Listen, we are just trying not to do 5-hour episodes, all right? That last Leprechaun episode was 8 fucking movies we had to cover. I
know, and we've done like a 4-hour episode before, except we had to split it in 2. That was a long time of just sitting here. But you brought up Friday the 13th, the video game, and that was so crazy that you brought that up because I have news and rumors about that game.
The game?
The game.
Because I'm still waiting for the Camp Crystal Lake TV show to show up. Where the fuck is that at?
Not here yet. That's my answer for you. So the game, I actually cited where I got these things from because I'm trying to be good at that now. Bloody Disgusting, of course. Those are our people. So the game itself died in 2018.
Yeah.
Like legal issues, nothing, they could do nothing about it, blah blah blah. And then fans were like, you know what we can do? We can rebuild this. We can bring it back. So they were calling it Friday the 13th, the game Resurrected. And it was going to have new skins, playable content, like characters from Jason X and the 2009 remake. And then Horror Inc. said, nope, and sent them a cease and desist. So now the game is officially dead in the water.
I did everything there was to do in that Friday the 13th game, except for for whatever reason, I didn't pre-order it because I didn't know what the fuck it was going to be. And I wish I had, because there was a very special Jason from Hell skin that I really wanted, where it was all red and burning and shit underneath the mask. And
yeah,
and you couldn't unlock it in the game, which pissed me off. You couldn't get it after the fact. You had to pre-order it to get it. And if you didn't pre-order it, you were just fucked. So as you're talking, I'm like, now I get more skins. I get more Jason. I get to go to space. I get to kill motherfuckers in space. Maybe cryo freeze somebody and smash their face. This sounds amazing. And of course, Horror Inc. told me to go fuck myself. I got excited for nothing.
Yeah. No, yeah, they definitely did that to you. And it was crazy because it was 2 separate articles from Bloody Disgusting. First one being like, yeah, new skins, new things. And then 2 days later, LOL, just kidding.
I did see what you did there, Tommy, by the way. That's all right. So I understand the idea behind intellectual property. We've had these discussions because of the stuff WWE did with the Twitch shit, right? I understand it. but it fucking sucks because what are you doing with it, Horror Inc? Are you making a game? Are you releasing content for us? Where's my fucking Friday the 13th? Like, where's my Friday the 13th shit? So that I can enjoy it. You own the intellectual property. You're not doing shit with it. So, like, you're just letting it sit on the fucking shelf. Give me what I want.
Give me what I want. Ow, my pens.
Tommy, what kind of content are we talking, bro?
What even? I don't know. Okay.
I kind of want to see Tommy like grease himself up and wrestle a gator.
What the fuck? It's the most Florida shit
He's
I've ever
from
heard.
Florida.
I know. That's why I said it. He will. He will for you.
Fuck yes.
Fuck yes.
He's done it before.
What the fuck? I don't.
Maybe we should. Maybe like one of the movies I should add to the list of like shit I need to make Katie watch is Alligator. So apparent like there's this movie where this kid like gets a pet alligator and like flushes it down the toilet, and then it grows up in the sewers of like New York, and it gets giant, and then like gets out and starts killing people.
Can we not?
I'll think about it. We got 3 months of Night of the Demons, so
I was gonna say you might forget we even had this conversation in 2 months,
More
my
than
guy.
likely.
So good. Tommy will watch it. There you go. Somebody will watch it for you. It will be me, unless I have to.
and he'll remind me.
Fuck you, Tommy. Okay. So I have a question for you. I kind of want to know if you know the answer. What is one horror movie that still scares the shit out of me to this day?
One horror movie that still scares the shit out of you to this day.
The answer is not Asia, Tommy. It's specifically the ending of a movie. We have
Like, I was
talked about
thinking-
Quiz.
I'm sure we have, and I was thinking Paranormal Activity.
No, that still does scare me though, because that shit
So
I
wasn't wrong.
But you're in the right ballpark with the type of movie it is.
Blair Witch Project.
Bingo. Yeah, scare the shit out of me. The basement, no. With the corner, no. I
Barricade haunts her dreams, but not for the reason that it was scary. Barricade was fucking awful.
No, Barricade keeps me up at night because of it was awful.
Before we get into question, Katie, would
Uh-huh.
you rather? I got a would you rather for you, Katie. Would you rather rewatch Barricade or rewatch the Texas Dildo Masquerade with the rack?
Wow. How long was that?
About as long as Barricade. They're about the same length.
Give me the porn parody.
That's what I thought.
Fuck you.
You do realize Give Me the Porn parody is probably going to get clipped if TC hears this.
He's not gonna hear it, so it's fine.
You never know.
It's fine.
OG Butt Stuff said Poltergeist 2 scared the shit out of me as a kid. Yeah, no, I feel that. I think Poltergeist 3 more so when they were in the fucking high rise freaked me the fuck out. Tommy was chanting for someone that's not showing up this episode. I'm sorry, Tommy. Maybe one day, but not this one.
Not this one. Not with me at the helm.
Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch Project. Okay, so it's like one of the coolest movies of all time, and it kind of started that like found footage theme that we've seen in Paranormal Activity, Hell House LLC. Fantastic movie, by the way. If nobody's seen it, go check it out. So again, Bloody Disgusting. We're getting another Blair Witch Project movie. I know.
Did you see the second one?
I think we talked about this. Because
So there's 3 right now because there's the Blair Witch Project, then there's Blair Witch Project 2, which wasn't found footage but had nudity. Then there was the one that they just did a couple years ago. where like
I
the
know
brother
I've
went to go
seen
find his
that
sister.
one.
Yeah.
I know I've seen that one. Second one, possibly. But it's going to be a Lionsgate Blumhouse production.
Okay.
Does that say Ray or Roy? Hold on, I can't read my writing. I think it says Ray Lee, who produced The Blair Witch in 2016. He's going to be at the helm of this. Or he's going to be the producer for this. But that they haven't really released anything about it yet. How do you feel about another Blair Witch Project movie being made by the same producer of the one from 2016?
I enjoyed the one from 2016, so I'm not mad at that. Like, I'm down. I'm cool. Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2 was the name of it.
I feel like I have seen that then.
And I believe Erica, who may be one of the lead actresses, is the girlfriend of the blonde dude in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake.
Girlfriend of the blonde.
The other girl in the van besides Jessica Biel.
Oh, okay. That's all you would say.
There's two.
No way.
Well, there were three at one point because they picked the girl up on the side of the road. Anyway,
that's fine.
Not her.
Not her. Yeah. So Blair Witch project, new project. I'll keep an open mind because like the other two weren't absolutely terrible, but they weren't the best. Because you can't. It's the OG. Like it was so profound. That. Yeah.
And I don't know. Like I said, I kind of liked what they did with the 2016 one. 16?
Yeah.
16?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm not mad at it. We'll see. Technology, even in the last 8 years, has come pretty far too, as far as CGI and shit. So like, hopefully, we can do some cool shit and make it fun again. I mean, we've seen renaissance in horror franchises like Halloween and Scream. And attempted or Evil Dead, and then attempted renaissances and things like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and attempted. So fuck it, I'm down.
Fuck it. And I mean, who knows? Like the Paranormal Activity franchise, the first one's scary, second one terrifying. The third one, scariest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like they kept that shit going for at least the first.
Until we got to the marked ones, and then they fucked everything up.
I legitimately don't think I ever watched the marked ones.
Yeah, like the marked ones, the Ghost Dimension, like when it stopped numbering, when they stopped numbering Paranormal Activity and just started giving them extra titles. Because there was another one that I watched. I didn't think I had watched it, but I had watched it, where like they go out to this fucking house in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like they get stuck in Amish country and they're filming some shit. And you find out that the girl actually grew up in this fucking Amish town. And like there was a cult. Like it was a bunch of crazy shit. Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know that one.
Yeah. You should look up Paranormal Activities. There's one more
that's on our list for franchises to do.
That's going to be a lot of them too. But
I know. Tis on the list.
Tis on the list.
Tis on the list.
What else is on your list?
A scary movie. You know, one of the best parody movies of all fucking time. One and
two were some of the best parody movies. And then they like...
No, then it gets weird.
Not a fan. 4, absolutely not. Then like the people that did those started doing like... Meet the Spartans.
Like the superhero movie and
disaster movie and
but like the first one and the second one specifically, fantastic parody movies. Okay, so again from Bloody Disgusting because that's where I get like everything from. I get it from two things.
Yes.
And Paramount decided that next year they're going to reboot Scary Movie. Now, I have a few gripes with this. One, if this is just all wrapped up in one. I need Anna Faris. Is it Regina Hall?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brenda. and the Wayans. I need them all involved, or I'm not watching this shit.
I don't even know that I need that, right? I just need the Wayans brothers in some way, shape, or form involved in the creation and production of it. Like
Fair.
at this point, they're kind of depending on what scary movies they're covering. They're definitely too old to be playing parody versions of teenagers, which they were then, but now even more so. Same thing with that Anna Faris and so.
But like, I just need Cindy and Brenda. Like, that's what I need. That's what helps make those movies funny.
Yeah.
Like, Cindy, TV's leaking. Like, come on. Classic behavior. Funny fucking shit.
That's 3? I'll say that's 3.
But it's still funny.
Yeah.
They mimicked it with Alexa and Bianca in the ring.
And it was great. Yeah, it was fantastic.
See? So, like, it's fine. But I did see a lot of tweets about this that, like, Melissa Barrera has the opportunity to do the funniest thing in the world since she's not with Scream anymore.
And be in Scary Movie as herself.
And just, yeah.
That would be fantastic.
I was like, shit. Okay, I'm down. If that happens, I'm okay with it.
Then I'm back.
Then you got me back. You hooked me back. Fine. I'll stick around. You got me. Yeah, so I saw that and I was like, that's another thing we don't need a reboot of, but like, let's see what you can do, I guess.
Well, I was also going to say, like, because Scary Movie didn't just parody Scream, right? Like, it was the main premise of it, but it covered a bunch of other stuff. We could also have Anna Faris come back as kind of like the Laurie Strode character from, the last set of Halloweens. There's some possibilities.
Okay.
There were legacy characters in Scream 4 and 5 as well, or 5 and 6. Was it? Yeah, 5 and 6.
Yeah, and then Dewey had to die.
Dewey had to die.
But I was sad. That still hurts.
Would you have rather had Dewey die or Gail die? Because one of them had to go.
I guess. Whatever.
They also killed off Officer Mindy. Was it Mindy?
Oh, Officer Hicks?
Yes, Officer Hicks.
Judy.
There we go. Judy Hicks. Yeah.
Judy Hicks. Look at me go. Give me Scream, Judy. I'm in.
Chest.
Crazy. You want to do a trailer?
I can do a trailer. You want to go Speak No Evil first?
Yes, sir.
Roger that.
Roger Dodger.
This is my husband, Ben. Patrick Feld. This is my wife, Kira.
This is Agnes. Has some trouble communicating. He can be a bit insecure.
It's Vesper. Yeah.
Okay, that's not Magneto.
I won't call the fun police if you don't.
I thought we got Xavier and Magneto in another movie together. I was like, really?
No, that would have been perfect.
My practice. You're a lawyer. Doctor, listen, you have to come and visit. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah? Yeah. Done.
It's so quiet around here. I don't even have any neighbors.
Hey, you made it!
Welcome.
Ta-da!
You are VIP guests.
Just remind you, I'm a vegetarian.
Our gift to you.
That is so. I'm.
Louise, doctor's orders.
Nobody tries to put meat in my wife's mouth if she doesn't want it.
Very good.
Settle in. I promise you guys. It's going to be a great weekend.
I already got it. Another man tried to put meat in my wife's mouth, and he was like,
17
very good,
years.
isn't it? I beat the shit out
17
of it.
It's
years.
just like,
Wow.
You get less.
Something's not right with him.
He has a condition. Makes it hard for me.
thank you, it was bothering me.
Sometimes it's okay to think things.
You
but
could've
can't
changed it,
actually
too.
say them.
I know.
Oh no.
Thank God there's a doctor in the house.
I'm not a doctor. What?
But didn't you say you were a doctor?
Did I?
Looks like he got jacked again.
Look at their faces.
It's a smash
Of
through
course
and
I'm a
through
bloody
all day,
doctor.
every day, all day, every night, boy. That's a
Agnes,
fine
why
looking
don't you
fucking man.
show us the dance that you
Even
walk on?
Crazy McAvoy?
Yes.
And what is wrong with you? Just feel
He did
the
get
rhythm
jacked,
in your
that's
feet.
crazy.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the one.
What is wrong with you? I want to pack up the car and I want to leave right now.
I'm just sad to see you go.
Yeah, that's awkward. Just try to put your feet in my wife's mouth and you're kissing on her.
completely normal.
I've been pretending it's normal since we got here. Dad?
Remember that time you guys came to stay? And you flipped out and tried to leave without saying goodbye?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It feels like it's going to be one of those movies that takes forever to fucking build.
Fair.
Like there's going to be 45 minutes of bullshit before anything happens, and when it does happen, it's going to be less than half of the movie.
So, for those who couldn't tell in the trailer, the boy's tongue is cut out, hence why he
Mhm.
doesn't talk in the movie. This is based off of another movie, also called Speaking of Evil. I believe I looked it up. It is a Danish movie, but it's like the same premise: two couples, the one goes to the other's house, tongues and things are cut out, hence Speak No Evil. But that movie came out in 22, so 2022, 2 years ago was that
Okay.
movie. I remember hearing about that movie specifically because I think it was on Netflix at the time. People were like, this is one of the most fucked up horror movies I've ever seen because shit went down, I guess. I didn't watch it, but if this is going to be anything like that, it'll probably be equally as fucked up. And I'm in because James McAvoy plays crazy very well.
He does. Just because we've talked about like a lot of the A24 stuff, I'm not a huge fan of. Some of it I am, some of it I'm not.
Yeah.
I might wait for streaming for that one just in case, because I'm iffy.
That's fair.
It feels like it, I don't know that it was A24, but it felt A24.
It was not A24. It was Universal.
Okay. Well, we will see.
We will see. Did you watch Five Nights at Freddy's?
I did.
What did you think of Five Nights at Freddy's?
I mean, as someone, so well, no, it's interesting, right? Because I watch a lot of video game or a lot of shows and movies based on video games that I've never played.
Yeah.
So I don't go in with the biases that a lot of the people who are faithful to the game series have.
Mm-hmm.
So I can just go in and enjoy it for what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And when you talk about playing crazy really well, your boy Matthew Lillard. I enjoyed Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm actually watching Fallout right now, and as you know, Will and Allison, huge Fallout fans. I know absolutely nothing about the series except for like the little dude with the thumb and the Nuka-Cola and shit like that. But like the actual story, I know nothing about, so I don't know if they're being faithful to it or not.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the first episode that we watched. It was kind of fucking crazy. I'm interested to see where it goes because we watched that before we came on here. But Five Nights at Freddy's, I enjoyed it for what it was.
So you're going to love Five Nights at Freddy's 2 that comes out next fall.
Okay.
It is officially announced. There's obviously teases about it because I didn't actually watch it. I planned on it and it just slipped my mind.
I think you enjoy it.
Well, it's Matthew Lillard, so like, of course I'm gonna enjoy it. But I know some of the lore from the games because there's just like 18 games. There's so many. There's too many. it's like certain franchises, like it's like the Fast and Furious of video games. Like there's so many,
Mhm.
and all of them aren't needed. So like I know a little bit about the story itself of Five Nights at Freddy's, and even like Matthew Lillard said in interviews like throughout the past few months that he signed on for a 3-movie deal, and obviously there was gonna be a sequel, which makes sense. It's a popular franchise. They marketed off it made really good fucking money. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
So, but like they've kept everything like under wraps. They haven't announced really anything. They just said in fall around like October-ish next year.
Okay.
So,
No, I'm down for that.
I don't know.
Like I said, I enjoyed the shit out of it. I didn't know anything going in, so I had no. I feel like that's a because we've talked about like we live in an era of like where the multiverses exist, right? And like you can create something. They actually had something I believe for PC that was basically like Mortal Kombat but with horror characters. It was
That sounds phenomenal. What the fuck?
was it
Why did I not know this existed?
because it's old and the graphics are shitty.
This was probably before I was like born.
Maybe because you're 12.
I'm 27, Tryon. No,
I know,
Savannah's 12.
I should really up Terrordome is what it's called. Rise of the
Oh,
Boogeyman.
okay.
So
That's
Terrordome, Rise of the Boogeyman, is a fan-made fighting game by Hurricane Studios for the PC. The game features the most iconic horror movie characters such as Jason, Freddy, Leatherface, Michael Myers fighting against each other. It also features stages and environments based on the movies they're from. There's a story mode, a versus mode. There's training. Ghostface, Leatherface, Michael Myers, the Tall Man, Matt Cordell, Ash, Pumpkinhead, Herbert West, Undead Jason Voorhees, Classic Jason Voorhees, Chucky, Freddy Krueger, Candyman, and Pinhead
Wow.
are all in the chapters. Does it say when it
lot of
came
heads.
out? I'm trying to see when it came out, but no, it's definitely an old school PC game. But yeah, no, Terrordome exists.
No,
I don't know that it has Edward Scissorhands though, so there's that. Well, that's just the story mode. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about multiverses. So, with that being a thing, like we talk about Marvel, and everyone's like, "Oh, they didn't stick to the comics." It's like, yeah, but there's fucking multiverses in the comics, and like things can happen in a different way, and you don't care if you read about it in a comic, but you care about it if you watch it on TV. This and that, blah, blah, blah. So, like,
yeah,
I try not to let that shit bother me. But also having no preconceived notions going into it made it far more enjoyable because I wasn't expecting anything. I wasn't hoping for anything more than what it was.
yeah. I mean, the animatronics were there, and that's all that really matters for the movie.
Fair.
And it was the Jim Henson Studios who created the puppets, and they will be creating, or the animatronics, and they will be a part of the next movie as well.
It really does. Like, I'm happy that they don't do that at Chuck E. Cheese anymore. Like, they have like a guy in a suit come out, and then it's all like on screens and shit now. Because I thought about that when we had to go to a birthday party for Zoe at Chuck E. Cheese. I'm like, I watched this movie, and I got to go like hang out with an animatronic fucking animal band. Oh no!
I used to love the Animal Band. Don't put it on screen.
I wasn't going to.
Good.
We got next.
Saw. You know, our guy, Billy. I have a little plush of Billy the Puppet somewhere. Jigsaw, our main guy, our main squeeze. So originally this movie was going to come out later this year, I believe. However, Saw 11 has a new release date, September 26th, 2025.
Okay.
So kind of a year difference, but they had their promotion for it was they just had a video on Twitter of Billy, the puppet, on his tricycle rounding into frame and just like being like, I need more time to perfect my traps, so you'll just have to bear with me kind of shit. And I was like, see, that's smart. I like that. But I don't necessarily know why they delayed it so long. I just want cool fucking kills.
All right, so he said the original Saw was epic, and it was. We did the Saw franchise for
did.
pre-revamping the show. One of my favorite things about the Saw franchise that I've talked about is that it is one of the most complete stories from Saw to Saw 8, 7. I think it's 7. Maybe it's 8. It might be 8. Saw 8. So everything that is the John Kramer story, not counting Saw 10.
Mm-hmm.
If you follow it through, it is a complete story. There's virtually no issues. Actually, United is supposed to be up here right now.
It's not your show.
It's not your show. Canon wise, with what they do in the movies, like it is fucking seamless. They set things up from one movie going into the next movie. It is fantastic, and I love it. So there is that. However, then we got Jigsaw, which wasn't terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It was different. It could have been cool start to a new franchise, but it wasn't. We got from the book of Saw, Spiral, which was interesting. Also different take. Chris Rock was fun. And then we got Saw X, which you enjoyed more than I did.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe because I didn't necessarily like grow up or like watch all the Saw movies when they were coming out and everything like that. I watched them sporadically and periodically throughout my life. And then obviously for this, I watched them all in order. So maybe I just had a different light on everything, especially because we did just like cover it a few months before I think 10 came out.
Yeah, I don't know. It felt too predictable for me, which I guess that's on me. When you watch and you love the franchise, you see the twist coming. Like it didn't feel like a twist to me. Like it felt very obvious what was coming and what happened. I also didn't like the weird happy ending that, like.
Yeah. I know.
Because it's
fair.
I know what it was. This was a story about John Kramer, centered around John Kramer and what was going on with John Kramer. Whereas
you were like, this isn't my Saw.
Whereas every Saw before Saw 10 was about the people that John Kramer was testing, and then we got bits and pieces of John throughout the franchise and what was going on with him in his life.
Yeah.
He was the main villain, but he wasn't the main character in the story.
He wasn't the main focus.
When we made him the main focus, it was weird to me.
I get that.
So
I get that.
I think that's what my issue was.
Maybe Saw 11 will turn you around, bring you back on the John Kramer train. Choo choo. Sorry, I thought it was funny. Anyways, you gotta move on.
Trains.
What?
The only train I want to ride is that midnight meat train.
Ew. You got 20 minutes.
I got more than 20. Well, 20 for you.
Yeah, because I'm in the future and time is kind of real here.
No, it really is. When you watch it from 1 through, I think it's 8, which is the last one. The story in it is fucking amazing. They set everything up.
7.
It's 7? Saw 7?
8 is Jigsaw, 9 is Spiral.
Okay. For some reason, I didn't think Spiral counted in the count, but I could be wrong.
I thought it did.
We can look it up. Like
it's
available.
It's Googleable. Shout out to TC.
It's the last one that has a fucking Roman numeral at the end. Saw 2, Saw 11. I Saw the Devil. Saw 3. Saw 5. Saw 6. Jigsaw. Saw 3D. I think is the one, which was.
I think that's 7.
No, yeah, you're right. That's 7.
Well, motherfucker.
Jigsaw's Yeah. All right. I'll give it to you. So yeah, 1 through 7.
See,
Yeah,
I
no,
love
that-
escape rooms.
Have you watched the escape room movies?
I saw the first one in theaters. I've seen bits and pieces of the second one via TikTok.
Okay.
Because, TikTok decides to show me like full movies and TV shows in like 18,000 parts. I don't even ask for it. It just shows up sometimes.
It is so fucking cold in here. She's got the air on. So she's got like the Google Nest setting to like between 66 and 70.
Okay.
Like cooling and heating. And fucking Christ, it's cold in this.
See, that's crazy because I'm sweating my ass off right now. So
Moving to
we're
the basement.
doing great. No, our basement's creepy.
That's a perfect setting for a horror podcast.
No. Actually, the
Okay.
service on there is awful.
Fair.
It's terrible. You like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right?
I do like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
So, how do you feel about a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle horror movie?
You know how I feel. Listen, you refuse to watch Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey.
Yeah, because it's stupid.
And all of the other fun shit that's coming out, which I might just,
Bambi.
I can also put on the shit Mac made Katie watch list. So
Winnie the Poohniverse? God damn it.
are the turtles killers? Or is it like if the turtles were raised by an evil rat that wanted to murder humans?
So, this is from Hollywood Reporter. We're switching it up now. This is going to be a rated R Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie called The Last Ronin.
Okay. So that's actually based on a comic.
Yes,
Okay.
know.
Yes.
I do know. And I have a little screenshot thing from the article, basically just summarizing everything because I wasn't writing all this down in the notebook. The Last Ronin is about as terrifying as a turtle's tale can get. Set in a totalitarian. Never mind. I'm not even gonna try and say it.
Totalitarian.
Thank you. I could say it sometimes. Future New York City, the comic miniseries told of how the Turtles and Master Splinter are killed off one by one by the grandson of the villainous Shredder in Synthetic Ninjas. One turtle manages to survive, barely, and vows to exact bloody revenge. One trick of the book was that it wasn't clear for a while, at least, which one of the turtles lived, as the survivor had the weapons of all four.
But I know which one survived. So, and I haven't read the comics. I got spoilers.
I feel like I could. I don't know. I think I saw like a brief photo, and I think I know which one it is. But like, I don't want to be wrong.
You're gonna have to watch the movie and find out.
Well, yeah, and I mean, shit, the turtles getting murdered by the grandson of Shredder. I'm in. Shit, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm in. Say less. Then Shredder is eaten by the sewer gator. Callback.
Yeah, from Alligator, the movie that we're going to talk about.
No, we're not talking about it.
We are talking about it.
No.
I almost feel like if
Nor-
we have time at the end of the show or maybe during the Midnight Meat Train, I'm going to pull up the trailer for Alligator for you.
Stop. No. I can't wait for the one where it's like, I get to pick a shitty movie, like, or we all get to pick a shitty movie for everyone else to watch.
Yeah.
For one of our panel ones.
It's got to
I'm
be
gonna pick
a
the
horror one
worst-
also.
I'm going to pick the worst fucking horror movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
Barricade? Make
No,
everyone
'cause we already
rewatch
covered that.
Barricade.
We already covered that. No, I have a few ideas floating around in his brain. So, all right, my last thing, because it's taking up a little bit of time. Trailer number 2.
All right. I'm excited for this one. and
I haven't
also
actually really
terrified.
watched this trailer yet, so
Kind of terrifying.
So, Maxine, your agent tells us you're quite a popular name in adult film and entertainment. Is that correct?
I'm in.
I'm curious, did you always want to be in that line of work?
I always wanted to be famous.
It If you need to read off the sides we gave you, just go ahead, all right?
I know the lines.
She turns to the camera and, through her trauma, addresses the lens directly.
Name 5 celebrities who got their start in horror movies.
Jamie Lee Curtis, John Travolta, Demi Moore, Brooke Shields, and
Maxine fucking Minx. I don't like walking out with that freaking Night Stalker guy in the loose.
The Night Stalker.
Night Stalker?
Night Stalker.
He's terrorizing Los Angeles.
I can handle myself.
So said every bad girl in Hollywood.
Maxine, I'm the private detective. I had to find you. My employer is a very powerful man. Fast.
Bates Motel.
Ain't finished with you. It's gonna keep knocking at your door.
Tragically, another victim of the Night Stalker.
I knew 3 people who were murdered in 3 days. I'd be pretty scared. What are you hiding, Maxine?
If I tell you something, we've got confidentiality.
What'd you do?
It's just the defining role of your career. Whatever's going on in your life that's interfering with this picture, squash it. I intend to.
Maxine!
Maxine.
Maxine!
Maxine.
You're a fucking movie star.
Fuck yes.
Say less.
Fuck yes. No, I'm all in for that. I am all in for that. What's up, Chris?
Just
Thanks for swinging through.
all the different bits and pieces of horror and true crime in general. Like, the Night Stalker was a real person.
Mm-hmm. There's a movie about that too. Or wasn't it in American Horror Story as well? Or
yes and no. 1984.
Okay, yeah.
Like the second, like, kind of half of that season, it was very interesting. I think it's like the last season, like, fully watched. Terrible. But there's also like a good documentary about it, about Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, on Netflix. I can't remember what the name of it, but a fantastic. Just as someone who loves true crime, like, that was something that always interests me. Like Bates Motel, all the like horror VHS tapes that someone was trying to debunk on Twitter, but I couldn't really like follow it. Just everything. This is gonna be great.
And then she's a porn star, which means the stuff that I loved from X that I didn't get in
Pearl.
How
dare you?
Maybe I didn't really like Pearl. We talked about it.
Don't disrespect Pearl.
I'm just saying, it wasn't for me.
Don't disrespect her. She'll go crazy.
I'm getting the stuff from X that I missed in Pearl back, or maybe a little bit. So.
Oh yeah, like one of the descriptions about it was like graphic, intense horror, nudity, all this shit. Halsey's in this movie.
Kevin Bacon's in this movie.
Giancarlo Esposito.
And mind you, I love all kinds of bacon, but Kevin might be my favorite.
I love all types of bacon, but when
It's between Kevin and the homemade bacon that Will made me. I'm not sure which one I love more.
Don't lie, you love Will's meat.
Will's meat was delicious.
I told you.
Speaking of delicious meat, and my apparently carb intake that OG Butt Stuff was talking about earlier, something that is very important, ladies and gentlemen, is your health. And if you want to know more about your health, we have a little something here that we need to talk to you about, or Travis is going to talk to you about. But before we get to that, we need to talk to you about our Patreon. Patreon.com/Creation World, where for $1 you get 3 shows. And it's not just 3. It's not like you pay $1 and then you get a new episode, right? The entire back catalog of 2 of the shows is there, and it is extensive. So Return to Wrestling with Matt and Travis, Me and Travis, who I've known since the 3rd grade, have been friends since the 4th grade, sit down. We watch WCW from the very first Nitro all the way up to where we are currently at. So the latest episode that you can watch available now if you subscribe today is Road Wild 1998 with Diamond Dallas Page and Jay Leno facing off against Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan in the main event. We are also gearing up to release later this month, within the next week or two, War Games 1998, Fall Brawl 1998 War Games, and the return of the Ultimate Warrior. Well, not really return. Well, kind of. Anyway, Ultimate Warrior in WCW. So you get those. You also, for that same dollar, get Multiverse with Travis Amar. So if you are a fan of DC animated films, Travis Amar break down all of that stuff. The last episode they dropped is Under the Red Hood, so you can check that out. But everything that they've covered, whether it's Flashpoint, all of the stuff, DC animated films that they've got into so far, all available for you to check out their reviews, listen, see if you like what they thought about them, or if they reviewed something that you weren't sure about, you want to go check out, you can hear their thoughts on that. And then last but not least, the newest episode, or the newest show to the Patreon, again, same dollar. If you have to ask, it is me and my wife, Kate, and occasionally some guests like Katie, sitting down, reading Reddit posts, Am I the Asshole posts, and kind of going through those, and then joking around, getting a little bit into our personal lives, stuff like that. So it is a good time. It's hilarious. We talk a lot of shit on that show about these assholes and their dumb opinions that they decided to put on the internet. So for $1, you get all that shit. If you go to patreon.com/creationworld, which you should, we have other tiers. Everything that $1 tier is available in the other tiers. I really need to take my elbows off the table so I stop shaking. It doesn't look like I'm in a fucking earthquake. You've had one of those in the last couple weeks. You don't need another. Anyway, you check out the other tiers. We offer other shit, but everything that $1 tier is available in all of the higher tiers. So as you go up, you only get more stuff. You don't lose it. One of those tiers offers our shows ad-free. So if you watch them after the fact and you don't want to listen to the ads, you don't have to if you pay for that tier. However, if you are watching us live, we have sponsors, which brings me back to health and why health is important, and my blood pressure and your blood pressure and your sexual well-being, and, get tested for STDs, all those things. Travis is here to talk to you about it. It's a good time.
Y'all, I know we're having a lot of fun right now, but I actually want to talk to you about something very important: your health. You see, life is full of twists and turns, and that's why having the right health insurance matters. I want to make sure you have the coverage you need without breaking the bank, and that starts with speaking to me for absolutely no charge. Having health insurance isn't just about doctor visits, though. It's about living a healthier, happier life. Physical health and mental well-being go hand in hand, and that's why the plans I represent cover not just the physical, but the mental aspects of your health as well. And here's the deal: I'm very good at what I do. So not only can I find you the perfect plan, but I might even be able to get you one for free. That's right, free advice and a free plan. Your health is too important to compromise. So let's chat, find the right plan, and ensure your well-being. Just visit health.creationworld.com today to schedule a free consultation. The link is right here in the description. That's health.creationworld.com. Your health, your future.
You're muted.
I was making a banner and I was taking too long. For the next part of the show, which is
Yay.
And this month it was, Katie,
Night of the Demons.
Fucking right it was. So we watched the trailer. You were interested from the trailer, or at least Night of the Demons 2 trailer. I don't remember if we got the first one.
I don't think we ever watched the first one. I think we just watched the second one.
How did you feel about this movie?
It wasn't the worst thing you've ever made me watch. Barricade. It's always gonna be the worst one. Also wasn't the best thing you've made me watch. So it's like, what, 1988? I think you described it the other day because we were talking about it, like just like a good B horror movie.
Yes and no, because as I'm
Yeah.
watching it, because it was from the 80s, it doesn't feel like a B horror movie. This was one of those movies that when I walked into the video store and I saw the cover art for, I was scared based off the VHS cover art. Like, it was amazing. It was Demon Angela invites you to her party. Like, it was good shit. I enjoyed that aspect of it. And then eventually when I got old enough to actually watch it, because there was a lot of nudity and a lot of sex in this movie, because it was the 80s. Yeah, no, I watched that. I watched Night of the Demons 2. I watched Night of the Demons 3, which I can't still find anywhere. But and then the Night of the Demons remake that came out like 10 years ago or so. So with speaking of scary movie, Shannon Elizabeth, who was in the first Scary Movie, is in that. So yeah, no, I enjoyed this. This was something that we kind of talked about. It didn't seem like anyone was interested in watching the entire franchise for like a full breakdown. So I thought it was something that you and I could do thing by thing for Shit Matt Made Katie watch.
Shit made Katie watch.
You want to go with your spits and swallows?
Sure. Swallows, specifically the music. I don't know what it is about some horror movies, just like the like electronic 80s pop kind of going on, especially in the opening credits. I was like, okay, I can fuck with this. All right, I'm in. You got me kind of hooked.
You're gonna hate me for doing this, but
what?
I'm gonna give you center stage while you do your spits and swallows.
What the fuck? Fine, go. Whatever. Jesus. I know you can still hear me anyways, it doesn't matter. So music, big swallow. Also just the opening in general, the like credit scenes that they did. It was like kind of animated, but also not super fun, super campy. And I liked that. I guess I'll just do all of my swallows first. Using your assets, pun very much intended, to steal from a convenience store. Women gotta do what they gotta do. Use your sex appeal. Do what you can. It was Angela was the one stealing, and her friend, whose name I didn't write down, was being the distraction.
I wrote it down though.
What is her name?
Susie. Suzanne.
Suzanne.
I wrote Susie first because the guy that was the pig, which was Stooge, called her Susie Q, and that was the first time I caught her name, and then it was Suzanne after that. However, also on my list, Angela robbing a convenience store by having Suzanne flashing some upskirt panties to the clerks.
I mean, if you got it, flaunt it, use it to your advantage. Fuck it. Men are creepy. They're going to stare at you anyways. Use it for your advantage. You know? That's what I say. What else do I have on here? I don't know if it's necessarily so just the party itself is a swallow, but it's more so like the seance part of the party is cooler to me because it's like they're all hanging out, drinking, partying, whatever. And then Angela's like, let's do something spooky. We're in a haunted house. Let's have a seance. And they find this creepy ass old mirror because it's a morgue, or it used to be like a mortuary. Why is this the biggest fucking house I have ever seen in my entire life? Like,
thanks, Chris. Have a good night.
It was huge.
I believe like mortuaries back then were also doubled as funeral homes. So like, this is where you would go.
Fair, but like huge.
Yeah.
Crazy. That like just like the outside shot of the house was just, I was like, damn, this is like a mansion out there.
Morticians also maybe worked from home, essentially.
This is also very true. You're giving good points. I can agree.
I had it as a spit though, because
Why?
why the fuck? Because who thinks it is a good idea on Halloween to go to a haunted mortuary, which we know because something we'll talk about later in my swallows, and do a fucking seance on
Because
Halloween in a haunted
bitches
mortuary?
like spooky things.
What up, Will?
I will. Like, hello, Halloween, seance, spooky. I'm a spooky bitch. I would actually no, I wouldn't do a seance on Halloween.
I was gonna
'cause I'm
say, Katie,
scared.
if you're gonna tell me you would do a seance, we are never going anywhere haunted. Ever.
I was at Eastern State Penn. I could have done a seance if I really wanted to. Nobody would have found me.
We're not
But
doing this.
no,
We'll
that
do
actually
around here.
like the idea of a seance scares me because I'm like, I know shit's on the other side. No, thank you. But like, I like spooky shit. I like going places that are haunted.
I don't know if they stole Baby Roots from what I'm guessing you meant to say gas station. We're gonna go with gas station versus what
Yeah.
your odd
Yeah, that's definitely what
autocorrect that happened there. I don't
Yeah,
know how
crazy
that
how that
autocorrect
works.
happened. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's so weird.
On Halloween, I was a sea turtle because I had a straw stuck in my nose and a bag on my face. I was trying to think of something clever. I mean, you could have also
You
just
took
been
too
a
much
victim of
time.
any horror movie. Like,
You took
works
too much
both
time.
ways.
I moved on.
I used a Ouija board at the Thompson House once, a haunted hotel here in Tennessee. Stop doing dumb white people shit, Will.
No, I see. I don't fucks with Ouija boards. I've been to the Ouija board museum in Salem twice, which like you definitely like feel some bad juju when you go in there. Shit, like I was like a little lightheaded. But no, I wouldn't like purposely use a Ouija board. No, thank you. I'll look at them from a distance. They're pretty. But like,
What else you got for
seance.
swallows?
I still liked the seance, especially because we got a little bit of foreshadowing happening there when hold on. Did I write her name down? No. Wait. I did not. I don't know the girl's name.
Our main character?
No. Not Judy? Jody? I don't remember which one it is.
Judy.
Judy. I wrote both.
So we had Judy.
Mhm.
We had Suzanne, who was in the pink.
Yes. Angela
Then
in
we
Black.
had Angela in the black. We had Franny, who was the Asian girl in the coffin.
Yes.
And then we had Helen in the toga.
Helen. Okay. Thank you. Oh yeah, because
Hi,
she got
Allison.
fucking bullied the whole time by Stooge, that piece of shit. He's a spit, by the way. Just I don't like him. Sexist, racist, homophobic, all the things. Not my cup of tea. That guy sucks.
Bad things
There's a
happen.
reason
Bad
he was a
people in horror
pig.
movies.
Yeah, true. But going back to this, Helen sees a vision of herself, we come to find out, falling against the windshield of a car, dead, and so like I think that was kind of cool. They did a lot of foreshadowing in this movie, and I did like that. I did appreciate that. I don't
Maybe no, hold on. Maybe it's because cavemen didn't have any unfinished business. Maybe they finished all their business. There wasn't a lot of going on back then, right? Like there wasn't a whole lot of business to have finished back in the day.
the Neanderthals.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, the foreshadowing done in this movie is a swallow for sure. Because they talk about like the underground stream and how like spirits can't or I'm sorry, it was like bad spirits can't cross it because of the land. And I was like, oh, this will come back at some point, won't it? I love when movies do that shit, especially when it's so blatantly obvious.
It
Because
sounds like you're enjoying this movie the more you talk about it.
I didn't say it was bad. Just saying. What was I gonna say? Because like Franny's boyfriend, who's like in the scrubs, was like, he was like, "Hey, look," I'm ignoring it, and like used his stethoscope to like hear the water. I was like, this is so stupid, but like I know it'll come back. I like it. Angela in general, big swallow. I like a spooky bitch.
Did she look like Frankenfurter to you?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
When did Rocky Horror come out?
Before this.
Was it?
Yeah. I want to say 84.
I'm going to look it up out of sheer curiosity. Rocky Horror was 75.
75. Holy shit, I was way off.
I know. But
So,
yeah,
definitely before this.
yeah. Like, so maybe there was a little bit of inspiration from that, but she was a spooky bitch. And like when she like gets, is it considered? I guess it's a possession. Like a very intense demonic possession. And then she starts just like dancing in the living room.
Angela's dance is on my list of swallows.
Of course it is. I wonder
Because
why.
There are a couple things that Matt loves. One of them is thigh highs and the other is thongs. And we saw both on Angela. We also see both on Frankenfurter. Funny enough.
And Frankenfurter is who? Tim Curry.
Who is probably the one person in life that terrifies me the most.
Yes.
How many marriages have you had, OG Butt Stuff? Out of curiosity.
I liked the switching up of the camera styles every once in a while. Like we got a few just random ass POV shots. I was like, okay, I'll take it. Sure, why not? Like with in the beginning with like scaring the old man, which like fuck that guy, he's a spit as well.
We fixed that.
We did fix that indeed. Karma, bitch. I mean, should we just talk about what happened with him?
I mean, if you want to wait, I have literally a list of swallow spits and then kills. So
okay.
I do have who got offed in the movie.
Good. Very much dead meat-esque, which we love them. They're great.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
James A. Janice is one of the coolest people ever. I've never even met him, but like he just seems like the sweetest person in the world. That's my goal. That's one of my goals now is to meet James A. Janice and do a podcast with him, with the Core 4 and him.
Tommy, are you still here? Because
I don't think he is.
I need to get OG Butt Stuff and Tommy together because Tommy DJs at a strip club, but I don't know which one. So like
It might be
anyway.
Baby Dolls. Who knows?
That's Midnight Meat Train stuff. You just need to embrace the meat train, Katie. Stop fighting the meat train.
No. I will not embrace it. I would not. Another swallow. Titties. Because titties. So many in this movie.
I'm just gonna wait instead of taking shit off my list. I'll just wait.
You're just gonna wait.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait till you're done.
Okay. I know this is probably gonna like play into your like who got offed scenario in the end. But using a flamethrower with a crematorium hose, gangster. That was cool as all hell. Another foreshadowing thing, because Judy had the lighter and she was trying to light the candles during the party and she couldn't. So then Angel comes and is just like, and says like, oh, don't leave that lighter there. The ghosts will think you're like littering their land or something. I can't remember her exact phrasing. So then Judy takes the lighter, keeps it in her pocket, which she was dressed up as Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Like I thought that was cute. And it comes in handy in the one of the final acts of the movie. So like big ups to Judy and the lighter. Because Roger did nothing. Not a damn thing. And that
Roger survived. All right. This is 1988. Roger was not supposed to make it.
I know.
Did.
I was specifically saying in that scene alone, for 90% of the movie, he did nothing. Besides run away and scream and cry.
and survived. So Roger did
And
all he
survived.
was supposed to do.
He did.
Roger
survive.
almost fucked up. Roger got over that wall and should have just left, but he came back for Judy, and that was almost a fuck up. Because if he had died after that, I would have been like, dude, you were this close. You were this close.
I actually did think she was gonna like and accidentally like pull him over, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be disrespectful. All fuck.
But he made it the whole movie. Roger survived.
Roger survived. So that's like the majority of my swallows that I wrote down. Like there was some other stuff here and there. I need this storm to fuck right off.
It's great ambiance for the movie.
No, because if I lose my power, I'm be fucking pissed.
That would suck. However, I still have all my spits and swallows, and I can just end the show. So, like,
That is true. I just don't like thunderstorms. They scare me. So, yay. Love that. And it's dry heat, too, so it's great. Oh, she's talking about
Tommy Strip Club. Yeah.
Timmy Strip Club. Yeah, but like that's the majority of my swallows. There's little stuff here and there, but like that was like the main stuff that I wrote down. Spitz, the old man, because why are you a grumpy old man just getting mad at teenagers who want to celebrate Halloween? And you became the stereotype from like the fucking 50s because you wanted to put razor blades in apples and give them to children. Again, I'll say it before Matt gets to it. Karma, sir. Karma. You deserved it. Yeah, that's exactly what I wrote down. Okay. I got beef with Judy's little brother.
Okay.
That kid is weird. Why are you talking about your sister's boobs like that? Like,
Why are you hiding in your sister's closet while she's changing?
why are you hiding in your sister's closet while she's changing? Why are you so obsessed with her boobs? Why do you bring them up every chance you get? Like, Billy, what are we doing? You're maybe 12, if that. I might be like, you know, nice with the age, but that creeped me out. I was like, I hate this. I need these scenes to end quickly.
They did.
They did. They went on a little too long because, you know, when Jay shows up, which fuck that guy, scumbag. He's also a spit. And he again, Billy's still talking about her boobs. Like, no.
I mean, his sister did have nice boobs.
She did, but like doesn't mean he can say that. That's
True.
weird.
Fair.
That's really weird. So big no. I don't like it. Jay.
Wait, pause.
Pause.
I'm laughing more so because small spoiler for Fallout.
Okay.
They talk about doing cousin stuff in the first episode, and me and Kate both looked at each other and we're like, what the fuck is cousin stuff? And then we didn't get a scene of cousin stuff, but we were basically told what cousin stuff was.
Gross.
Which we kind of already knew. But yeah, no. Cousin stuff is apparently a thing 216 years after the Fallout.
I hate everything about that. Great. Awesome. Thank you so much.
It's actually in the way it's brought up and done, it's kind of funny. I got a chuckle out of it. And I did not get a chuckle out of Billy talking about his sister's boob. So it's not it's weird, creepy, but it's not like bad weird creepy. It's kind of funny, weird, creepy.
Fair enough, I guess. What did I write down? Because I can't.
Is cousin stuff not part of the game? Is that not in the game? You don't get to do cousin stuff in the game?
What the fuck did I write? You ever just like write something down and you can't read your own writing? Because that's
no, because I put everything in my phone. I don't.
Okay. Fuck off. It's
yes. And also all that children.
I know what that says now. So like when I get to that, no, I'll just do it now. The voices that they what? In Tennessee right now, we are voting on it.
100% proposed by Glenn Jacobs. Guarantee it. Anyway.
Oh, Glenn Jacobs.
So you read it. You figured it out.
I deciphered what it said. The voices or like the like deep voice that they used for like the demons, I hated it. It wasn't
Yeah.
scary. It wasn't creepy. It was just weird. It was like
Okay.
oddly deep, but like not deep enough. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's why that's what I knew you were gonna make something about that. It just and it was the same one for I know it was like the same demon for like all of them, but like you know, it just wasn't I didn't like it. It sounded creepy.
I'm trying to think if I can put oddly. We'll write down oddly deep, but not deep enough.
Okay.
That's either a bullet point or I'll figure out a way to make that a title.
Oddly deep. Deep. See, and this is why I write stuff down. And you're
News,
like, oh,
rumors,
wait.
not deep enough, something like that.
I don't know. Write everything down. I ain't putting it in my mouth. Sorry, I've had a long day. I know you have to. We talked about it earlier. My last big spit, because like I already brought up Stooge because fuck him, terrible human being, screaming to hell the whole time, just try to get laid, karma bit him in the ass. Haha, sucks to be you. Not a fan. I didn't like him at all. Jay, Judy's boyfriend, this piece of shit tries to get with Judy in a mortuary, mind you, which is just not
Bucket
on my bucket list. Okay.
Bucket list.
Not for you. It's like this and
Hold on.
See No Evil 2.
I am Billy and Franny. Walk in the room. I've never had sex in a coffin. Me either. Boom.
Is her boyfriend's name also Billy?
Was it not Billy? Hold on.
I thought her brother's name was Billy.
I just have it as Judy's brother. I think Billy was the dude in
The Scrubs?
the Scrubs.
Well, because Sal kept calling her brother Billy Boy. So I just assumed.
Hold on. We can check this. I might have written that down wrong. It's happened once or twice.
It's happened on an occasional time or two. I'm not always right, but when I'm right, I'm right.
It's a small cast. It shouldn't be hard to figure out.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm also going to look it up on Curious.
Max, maybe? Was he Max then?
Maybe.
We have Stooge, Helen, Roger, the old man, Sal, Judy, Judy's mother, Jay, Billy.
It's Max.
Suzanne. It's Max.
Yeah, I just went to Google Images. I typed in Night of the Demons Max, and the first picture showed up of him in the Scrubs.
Okay, so I'm Max and Franny.
Yeah, that's not surprising. But Jay, who was just trying to cop a feel and get it done with Judy the entire movie, she's like, Jay, no thanks. I'm good. And then he has the audacity, the gall, the gumption to be like, oh, well, you dated Sal and the whole school knew about that. So clearly you guys hooked up. And she's like, we went on one date, excuse me, and that's none of your goddamn business if we did or not, which, like, based off her reaction, they did not. And so she rightfully so throws him off the table. And then he, being a dick, locks her in a room and then goes to sleep with Suzanne. And then gets turned into a demon. Because karma.
Yes.
I'm also writing down because karma, because I've said it 4 times.
At least he got off while he got offed.
Like, he barely got off, though.
She was on time. We'll talk about it.
For like 3 seconds. And then started becoming...
Don't look at me. We'll get there.
No, get there, because that was like my big one. Like, my big spit was Jay as a human being.
So you said boobs. I swallowed nudity because we got Judy in a see-through bra in like one of the opening scenes. We got Suzanne topless and bottomless.
Mm-hmm.
We got Franny topless having sex in the coffin, and we also got again Angela in thong and thigh highs. I also swallowed them explaining the difference between a haunted and a possessed house.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. We talked about the same thing with cemeteries and graveyards. Love that little bit of knowledge, that little tidbit there. A haunted house is a house that is haunted by obviously a ghost, whatever. A possessed house, when you're thinking poltergeist, violence, demons, things like that.
Yeah.
And this mortuary was not haunted, it was possessed. Demonic possession via girl on girl. You kind of alluded to it. So through the mirror, Suzanne gets possessed after the demon is unleashed. Suzanne then, and we've seen this in various ways, and we've talked about it, like Evil Dead 2013, where like old girl vomited on the other girl, and that caused the possession.
Yeah.
Suzanne possessed Angela through a lip lock. Also, speaking of Evil Dead, Suzanne's kind of a callback to, I believe, Ash's girlfriend in the original Evil Dead with the makeup and, the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really think about that, but now that you say that, that does make sense, yeah.
Billy giving us a history lesson on the possession, or sorry, Max giving us a history lesson on the possession, with like the Native Americans and the rituals that they did on the grounds and so on and so forth. I also had Angela's dance. We talked about that. One of my favorite things, one of the things that Evil Dead is most known for, is when Suzanne's nipple eats the lipstick.
You said Evil Dead, you mean Night of the Demons?
Yeah, Night of the Demons, sorry. When Suzanne's nipple eats the lipstick. It'll be important when we get to 2.
Okay.
As weird as that sounds.
Okay. All right.
But also practical effects, because that was a complete and total like front bust body double so that they could shove the lipstick into the nipple. And then when we cut back, that bust is gone into just her actual boobs. So that was cool because the practical effects was fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
What's worse, having your house possessed or repossessed? Yes. And then I talked about it, right? This is the 80s. The trope in horror movies is the black guy, the token black guy, always dies first. Roger didn't die at all. He saved Judy. As the sun came up, all the demons turned to smoke. They rode off in the sunset together. Roger survived the whole movie. So, like, props to them for doing that, because that's something nobody was doing back then, for the most part.
True.
Spitz, I also had Judy's brother, who seemed way into his sister's boobs.
Yeah.
The character of Stooge, because being an asshole, but also a giant chicken shit. However, that dude made a great fucking demon. So, like, he was
a demon. Just as a human being, he was absolute garbage.
Are hauntings by possession? Like, if my trailer is haunted and then they repossess my trailer, does that include the ghost? Yes, because hauntings attach themselves to a place, not an object. So wherever your trailer goes, the ghost goes.
Like the Amityville Horror House.
Kind of, yeah. Well, but with that, we got into a movie later in the series where all of the stuff in the house was possessed, and as the stuff got moved out of the house,
we briefly talk about this. I don't like that, but I was more so talking about the actual house in general, not the movies.
Fair. Two things that I had on my spits. We talked about doing a seance in a possessed mortuary on fucking Halloween is just a terrible idea. It's a bad idea, and people shouldn't be stupid. Also, investigating noises in a possessed mortuary. Like, oh, I heard something in the basement. Let's go check it out. No, let's fucking not. Let's go home. Let's call it a night. Let's pack up and go party somewhere else. Yeah, let's.
Yeah, which is what Helen and Roger tried to do.
They tried. And then I also had what you had. Jay, assuming Judy gave it up to Sal because they had one date. However, I did like that they did the thing where we meet Sal and Sal seems like an asshole. Yeah. We meet Jay and Jay seems like a really nice guy. And we find out that Jay's really a fucking douchebag and Sal was kind of cool.
Sorry, I saw lightning. in my peripheral. Oh my
Well, there
god.
was like that storm was like at least 10 miles away. There was like 10 seconds between when I heard the thunder and you saw the lightning.
I'm gonna throw up. I hate this. Continue.
So I like the dichotomy of like Sal seems like a douchebag, but he turns out to actually be like the only smart person and kind of the decent person at the party.
Yeah. And then he
All
died.
of-
I was like kind of
Yeah.
sad. I was like, oh, that's not fair.
Well, he died. Well, we'll get to deaths, but also all of the practical effects for all of the demons, all of the
Oh,
people,
yeah.
especially Stooge and Angela after they got burnt by the flamethrower. But all right, so deaths. Angela eats Stooge's tongue, and then he turns into a demon.
Yes.
So he goes to dance with Angela. Angela starts making out with him and chews the tongue out of his mouth because she's already possessed. Sal stumbles off a roof with Angela and then gets impaled while trying to save Judy, even though Judy wanted nothing to do with Sal, and he still showed up to a party he wasn't invited to because he wanted to get with Judy. Turns out he was a decent guy and Jay sucked. Billy gets his arm severed by Demon
Not Billy.
Stooge. Sorry, Max. I didn't change it. I'm just reading my notes. Max gets his arm severed by Demon Stooge in the coffin. Him and Franny were having sex in. And then I'm assuming died by blood loss and then turned into a
Also, he only had like a missing arm. There was like no practical effects done to his face or anything. He just looked normal. That kind of made me mad.
I think at the end when all of the demons came out of the house, he did, but not there. When he first popped out and he was missing the arm, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, ow, boo.
Jay, as you mentioned, has sex with Demon Suzanne and then gets his eyes gouged out. However, like if I was going to be anyone in this scenario that had to go out, Max or Jay. Just saying.
Because they were having sex. Well,
yeah, exactly. Suzanne was the first possession.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, I guess once she got possessed and then the demon, like, because everyone turned to smoke at the end. So I'm just assuming everyone died. And I'm assuming she died when she got possessed in some way, shape, or form. Talked about Angela being possessed by a kiss. Helen lands on top of the car that Roger is in with her mouth split open, which she saw in the mirror. We talked about that. Franny, mid-orgasm, gets her neck broken.
What a terrible
by
time
Demon Stooge.
for that to happen.
And last but not least, the grumpy old man who hates children and drops his groceries and sees he has apples and razor blades and he's like, I'm going to solve this problem tonight. Gets fed apple pie. Now, I need to know how this man ate a piece of apple pie with a razor blade in it. Didn't know razor blade was in it, but neither here nor there. His wife feeds him an apple pie from the apples that he stuck razor blades in that were left over from Halloween the night before. This is kind of like an after the thing, like post-scene thing.
Yeah.
No, it was 88. They were probably supposed to be 17.
It's just older sounding names. Yeah.
I know, but I'm actually trying to do the math here. So I'm thinking 70s at some point. We're probably actually born in the 70s.
They probably been like 78, 79. No.
I feel like you could still have a Helen or a Franny in the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, he eats the apple pie. Razor blades cut his throat up. He bleeds out, and then his wife's just like, "Happy Halloween," and like kind of happy because he was a miserable prick. So like that was fun.
Yeah, she was like, I was a little caught off guard by that because I was just like, just go to her husband. Okay, pop off. Cheers. Salud. It was just like very like random. They were probably just like, I bet you forgot about this guy, didn't you?
Overall, Night of the Demons, spit or swallow?
Swallow.
That's what I like to hear.
One of these you're going to make me watch. I'm going to absolutely hate.
It's probably, surprisingly, as good as it looked from the trailer. It's probably going to be the remake. I think the remake's a little rough. I do think you're going to like Night of the Demons 2, though. So,
well, Night of the Demons 2 is your favorite one.
It is.
See,
and that might be because we're at like a Catholic boarding school and there's stuff. So,
Like, doesn't can you just answer me this? Doesn't Angela come back somehow?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell you this. The main character in Night of the Demons 2 is Angela's sister, who they call Mouse.
They call her Mouse.
Yes.
I'm assuming she's like super quiet.
So,
I'm so
you got
sorry.
a month.
I have a month. Ish.
I think that's it for the show, Katie. We'll hop on that midnight meat train and ride it to completion.
Stop it.
But before we do that, you have to tell everyone where they can find you.
Yeah. So you can follow me on Twitter, KatieRasslin13. The link tree in my bio. Take it all things She Showcase. I'm not reading that.
I actually like that one.
Twitch.tv/She Showcase and YouTube.com/She Showcase. Typically Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern-ish. I'm still not reading it because I'm in the middle of this. I didn't even get the chance to attempt to do this stupid fucking vlog because I wasn't home all day. So maybe tomorrow, since I have off and I'm not going to go spend $75 to get my nails done, I'm just going to paint them myself Friday morning. So the vlog will be out soon, I guess. I have an idea for another video I want to do. I just need the cafeteria's cooperation and participation. So I need to like plan it and then see if I can actually get it done. But yeah, there's just a bunch of stuff over there, other things. You can check everything out. Hello.
And as always, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Matt Ridder, that's MATTRIDDER, for your wrestling content, at Getting Off for your horror content, and everywhere else. TikTok, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky didn't fuck it up this time, at Smacking It Raw, which will get you guys a little bit of both. So go check those out as well. Our next episode in 2 weeks will be Spit or Swallow, the Devil's Rejects trilogy. So House of 1,000 Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and 3 from Hell. Me, Katie, and anyone else that of the core 4 or the group or whoever we know that wants to come and join us for that. So we'll hammer out those details as we get there and let you know. Just was supposed to join us tonight, but unfortunately he couldn't. So I hope everything's good with him on his end. But for Katie Rasslin, Miss Katie Kinsey Bay, I am the patron saint of podcasting, the Warden Matt Ridder, and this has been your number one horror let's try that again. Your number one horror podcast on places where you can find people having sex on the internet. Hang around for the midnight meat train.